What's going on, everyone? Mario here with AutoDS. In today's video, we're going to be talking about everything that you need to know about dropshipping from AliExpress. Now, AliExpress for the past few years, it's had a bad rap, but to be completely honest with you, it's not that bad. AliExpress has come a long way from those 3-month shipping times in the past. So if you've been wanting to get started dropshipping and been considering about using AliExpress as one of your suppliers, then make sure you check out this video all the way through, because today we're going to be covering everything that you need to know about using AliExpress for your dropshipping business. Now, before we do go ahead and get started, as always, I'm going to have an easy to reference cheat sheet with all of the different links, tips, and tricks that I'm going to be talking about in today's video. So if you want access to that, just go ahead and drop a comment down below with the hashtag AliExpress dropshipping, and let me know what your takeaway is from this video. Once I see that you went ahead and did that, I'll reply back with a link to the sheet. So with that, let's go ahead and get to it. So first things first, what exactly is AliExpress dropshipping? Well, simply put, AliExpress dropshipping is using AliExpress for your dropshipping business. What is a dropshipping business? Well, dropshipping is a fulfillment business model. Pretty much, somebody's going to come to your store, they're going to make a purchase for, I don't know, let's say a pair of shoes for $150. And then what's going to happen is, instead of you fulfilling that order yourself, instead of you taking those shoes, packing them up, and taking them to the post office, you're going to forward that order to your supplier. Your supplier is going to do all of that heavy lifting. They're going to do all of that manual work, and they're going to fulfill that order for you. They're going to go ahead and ship it out to your customer. As soon as that order is sent out, the tracking number is also going to be updated, and you're going to go ahead and pay your supplier. Your supplier is going to charge you about 50 bucks. So the remaining $100, that's going to be your profit. So as you can see, dropshipping itself is very simple.
Wow, it's that simple.
Now, what exactly is AliExpress? Well, there's a very big misconception about AliExpress, and that is that AliExpress itself is a supplier, but it's not. AliExpress is actually a platform. AliExpress is, I guess, kind of like eBay, but more of a Chinese version specifically for dropshipping. So AliExpress is going to be the platform where all of these different manufacturers, these factories, these companies, and even some dropshippers are going to set up shop where you yourself can go ahead and source your products from them. So there's going to be multiple sellers on the AliExpress platform, but you're going to be hearing using AliExpress as a supplier pretty much everywhere you go, and from any video that you see or anywhere that you read. It's kind of just the terms that are used, and it's a bit interchangeable, but just always keep that in the back of your mind. On AliExpress, there's multiple sellers on there. AliExpress is going to be the platform. Those sellers are going to be your suppliers. So one of the good things about using AliExpress is the fact that they do have quite a few benefits to actually using them as your supplier. So one of those things is going to be, hands down, some of the lowest prices. On AliExpress, you're going to find some of the lowest prices out there. But because of those low prices, you're going to find a bit of a mix in quality. But don't worry, because in this video, a little bit later on, I'm going to be showing you how you can sift through the different products to find products that are actually profitable and have good quality. Now, besides the countless amounts of products, there's also countless amounts of niches or categories. So there's going to be a lot of different categories with all of these different products in them, just overall expanding your product options or your product offerings. Now, the big question in the room, the one that everyone is asking and wondering about: can you actually dropship from AliExpress? Is it legal to do so? And the simple answer to that is 100% hands down, straight up yes. Dropshipping from AliExpress is actually encouraged. That's kind of what AliExpress really is. AliExpress is a marketplace for dropshippers to be able to go ahead, use their different services, check out the best sellers, do some product research, and then ultimately source your products from the different sellers on AliExpress. So in short, yes, it is 100% legal to dropship from AliExpress. Now, with that being said, there are a few things that you need to be aware about. For one, different products that you actually can't dropship. So while you can dropship the majority of things, there's going to be a few different categories that are a big no. Specifically because they're going to get your store shut down, they could be harmful, or they could be copyright. So let me tell you a little bit about what you're not supposed to dropship. For one, well, like I just mentioned, copyright items. So anything that is copyright, any products that already have an established brand, any knockoffs. Let's say you're trying to sell Psyche instead of Nike, or you're trying to sell different anime t-shirts or anime figures. Maybe you're trying to sell toys that are already established brands. You cannot sell any of these. You will get shut down. If not at the beginning, in a few weeks or in a few months. It's going to happen, trust me from experience. I had a few Etsy stores shut down, and it was unfortunate because they were actually making some money. But all of the products I was selling on there were technically illegal. I wasn't really supposed to be selling any of those things because they were copyright and they were already branded. Besides that, there's also a lot of other products that you're not supposed to dropship, such as products that could be considered harmful, or adult products as well. Tobacco is also another big one. Alcohol, supplements. Supplements you want to be kind of weary about, because there are some supplements that you can dropship because there's really nothing wrong with them, like let's say multivitamins and things like that. But then there are other supplements that can start to make certain claims, like let's say fat burners, and sometimes they could potentially be dangerous because let's say fat burners, for example, they have a lot of caffeine. Customers, they might not know about that. They might think that, you know, the more you take, the better it's going to work. And things like this can get very, very iffy and maybe a little bit dangerous in certain cases. And a lot of supplements might not really have the intended effects that they're supposed to. So my suggestion to you when it comes to supplements, stay away. It's really not worth the risk of landing in any legal trouble or potentially causing harm to one of your customers.
Some of those drugs you do can make you paranoid, is that right?
Remember, supplements are ingested. People are taking these things. They're taking pills, they're taking powders. So you want to be very careful with that. Now, at the same time, this is something that's really going to vary based on where you're drop shipping. So whether you're drop shipping on Shopify, Etsy, Amazon, eBay, each one of these platforms are going to have their own rules for you actually being able to sell on there. So it's very important that you look through the rules and you make sure that you understand what you can and what you can't sell on there. Like take, for example, Etsy. Etsy is made for things like handmade products, crafts, supplies, things like that. So if you go on there trying to dropship a TV, it's not going to work, and you might get shut down because that's not one of the products that are typically sold on Etsy. That's not what Etsy's made for. Now, to give you a guide on what you can and can't dropship, just go ahead and check out the cheat sheet. In there, there's going to be a link to the eBay Vero list. In there, you're going to have all of the information that you need in order to know if something is eligible to be dropshipped. So just a couple of more things that I forgot to mention earlier regarding a few of the pros to actually dropshipping on AliExpress. One of them is the fact that they actually have worldwide warehouses. So no matter where it is that you want to be dropshipping in the world, whether you want to be dropshipping in the US, Canada, UK, Australia, wherever it is, you can use AliExpress to have some reliable shipping for those countries or those regions. Besides that, AliExpress also has a few other resources that you can use to your advantage to find winning products. One of them being the Dropship Center. So if you want to check out the Dropship Center, let me show you exactly how you can get to there. This is something that took me a little bit to find out for some reason. For whatever reason, it's kind of hidden. And in order to gain access to it, what you need to do is actually create an account. So once you have your account ready and you're signed in, what you're going to do is simply navigate up here, and then you're going to look for the DS Center. That stands for Dropship Center. Now, the Dropship Center is going to have tons of trending products that people are actively looking for. Products that are currently selling and have a lot of traffic. Now, through the Dropship Center, on top of giving you a list of the top trending products, it's also going to give you a bit of analytics to help you make a decision on whether or not it's right for you. So let's take a look at a few of the ones that we have here. And as we can see, there are a few that we should not be dropshipping, like this really cool Spider-Man mask. It actually looks like it has those automatic closing eyes. I've always wanted one of those. But besides that, also this Deadpool bathrobe. These are two prime examples of what you shouldn't be dropshipping because they're copyright. And on top of that, this is Disney. This is Marvel. You do not want to mess with the mouse. They will take you to court. But besides that, look at this right here. There's actually a bubble spa machine. This is pretty interesting. I have not seen something like this before. Besides that, you keep scrolling through, you're going to find a few other products. This lamp right here, I've been seeing it everywhere lately. Halloween is actually in a few months, and I've been seeing this throughout all of TikTok. I've been seeing it on Amazon, and now it's even on the Dropship Center. So this right here, this is a pretty fire product. This is a trending product right now. And as you can see, it has 4.7 stars and over 311 have been sold. But besides that, it's telling you that there's a 7-day growth of 90%. So in the last 7 days, the sales on this have almost doubled. Now, let's address one of the biggest complaints that people have about using AliExpress, and that is their insanely long shipping times. Sometimes people are waiting up to a month, maybe a month and a half for their products, but not anymore. Look, I'm going to be completely honest with you. That is really a thing of the past. Yes, there are still a few products on here, a few suppliers on here that don't have reliable shipping that are going to take a month, but it's really, really easy to spot these suppliers. and to just completely avoid them. So really quick, let's run back over to the basic AliExpress website. So the aliexpress.us, and let's look for something. Let's say we want to sell a LED dog collar. So here are all of the different products from a bunch of different suppliers. Let's open up 2 of them. Let's go ahead and do this one, and let's go ahead and do this one. So taking a look at the first one, this is a few of the things that you need to look out for every single time that you click into one of these products. So for one, of course, you want to check out that it's a reasonable price. So this LED dog collar is running for $3.09, and it actually has free shipping on orders over $10. That means that it might be about $2 shipping, so it's still not that bad. Besides that, check this out right here. You have the reviews and how many have been sold. This is insanely important. You want to make sure that you're looking for products that have at least a 4.5-star review. I'll go for 4 stars sometimes, maybe even 3.5, depending on what the reviews say. But for the most part, 4.5 is going to be the minimum. Now, besides that, you also want to make sure that they have a lot of reviews. There's going to be a lot of listings on here. There's going to be some suppliers that might even fake the reviews. So it's important that you actually go into the reviews and you start reading some of them. Not only that, you want to make sure that there's multiple. You don't want to make a purchase from somebody who has, let's say, 110 5-star reviews, because every single one of your customers is 100% satisfied. It's kind of fishy. That's not always the case. Even though it is possible, it definitely is possible. It's kind of unlikely. There's always somebody, there's always that one person that just found one thing that they didn't like and they'll drop your star rating. So just be wary about that and read through the different comments. Let's check out the ones that this one has. So let's do the reviews. Let's click on that. And just looking through here, you can see that it does have a healthy mix. It has 802 5 stars, 91 4, 26.3, 13.2, and 25.1. So it is a pretty healthy mix, with the vast majority of them being 5 stars. So that's pretty good. Now let's see what the reviews are actually saying. So it is cute, but very difficult to get on and off. There's a latch on the side that you have to push, and there's a lot more. I'm not going to read through all of that because that's going to take a long time, but this is an ideal review. This is actually something that's very helpful because it's telling you what is going on with the product. This can help you make a decision on whether or not you should use this product or use a supplier. But not only that, one thing that stands out about this review is the fact that, actually 2 things. One is the fact that it's very specific, and that is what you want to look for. You want to make sure that you're getting reviews that actually talk about the pros and the cons of the product. This person is sharing their experience, which means they actually got it. There's going to be a lot of comments on certain products that are going to have just straight up like this, 5 stars, and it's going to be just like this, works and fits. That's it. Not even a picture. Those comments, those are the ones that you want to be kind of wary about. The ones that aren't necessarily very specific. Now, this one in itself isn't that bad. I would actually go ahead and trust it simply because it has a picture, and it has a picture with the LED collar as well. And that's another thing that stood out to me about this one. It also has the pictures. So that's one other thing that you should be on the lookout for: comments with reviews and pictures. Now, if you start to see very generic comments like that one, works and fits, with no pictures, or it was great for my dog, or my mom loved it, you know, things like that, things that are very basic, those are the ones that you want to be kind of wary about. So just keep reading through them and just do an assessment, look through everything. Now, last but not least that I'm going to show you on this particular section is going to be how many were sold. So over 3,000 have been sold. So if it has, you know, a pretty high number as far as how many have been sold, that's typically a good sign, because for the most part, people are going to be reading the comments and they're going to be making pretty similar decisions that you are. So this is another thing that you can add to your social proof. Now, let's talk about shipping, because this is what I was actually originally getting into, but kind of digressed there. When it comes to shipping, this is what you need to look out for. This is what's going to set you apart from 1 week shipping, if not sooner, and 4 or 6 week shipping. So once you jump onto your product page, what you're going to look for is the shipping option up here. Now, you need to look for the delivery time. This is one thing that people aren't looking for. I don't know why. People need to really open up their eyes and look for the actual delivery time, because not all suppliers are going to have the same delivery time. So all you have to do is simply go up here, see what they have, and go ahead and click on it. Now, as you can see, this supplier only offers one shipping method, which is this one. It doesn't even tell you who it is. It says it has tracking available, but it's not telling you who's shipping it. Now, just as a quick note, if you're dropshipping on eBay, eBay recently came out with a new policy that kind of targets dropshippers and some of these different converted tracking numbers. So if you're dropshipping on eBay, my suggestion to you is to find a supplier that uses something that's actually trackable with a legitimate tracking number, not something that has to be converted. So go for a supplier that has, let's say, FedEx, UPS, or USPS, or DHL. Now, this one didn't show you any other options, but you can see that the shipping is fairly quick between the 19th and the 23rd. And again, it's not telling you who the shipping provider is. So if I were to choose this product to dropship, I would put it on either Etsy or Shopify, but I wouldn't put it on eBay. For eBay, I would go ahead and choose a different supplier that will give me a trackable product, or at least without having to convert it. Now I just clicked on over to the other listing that we opened up, and let's just take a look at some of these numbers. So here they have 4.6 reviews. It looks good. 133 reviews with over 800 sold. Pretty quick shipping between 19 to 23 days. Fortunately, they're not also giving us any other options, but we'll find one in a second. And then let's just quickly look at the reviews. The same description in the photo, arrived in the scheduled time. That's good. Everything came right. Serbian Certino. Only the call button that is sensitive, but you can break the branch. What? I have no idea what that means at all. I mean, that could have potentially been translated, and it might have just been translated wrong, but they're showing you pictures of the actual caller, so it looks all right. Even though I'm not entirely sure about that one, but everything else does look good. So I like how the dog looks, very nice quality. Certainly order another, arrived within the estimated time. So everything looks all right. So I was looking through some of the different listings and I found this one, and just go ahead and check out the shipping really fast. So once you click on here, you're gonna have actually a few different options. Now you are gonna notice that the AliExpress standard is gonna be free, and there's gonna be a few price differences, but here you can pretty much get an understanding of what you need to look for. So you're gonna have the AliExpress shipping, which is not the one that we're looking for. If we're drop shipping on eBay, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be looking for these: UPS, not EMS because I'm not sure about that one, DHL, UPS Express Saver, and FedEx IP. These are the ones that you can use that eBay will be able to track. Now, this listing in particular has some pretty high prices in terms of the different services, but a lot of other listings, they're not gonna have such high prices. Most of them are actually gonna be free, if not just maybe a couple dollars difference. Now, one of the most commonly asked questions about dropshipping from AliExpress, or really from dropshipping from anywhere, is my customer gonna know where my product is coming from? And the simple answer to this is no. For the most part, anybody who's drop shipping from AliExpress, all of the suppliers on there, they're going to be sending blank invoices. So these invoices aren't typically going to have either a price or even an address or a company name. Now, if you want to verify this, my suggestion to you is go ahead and send the seller an email. In order to do this, it's really easy. So all you have to do is just simply go back to your listing, scroll down a little bit, and you're going to look for the tab that says store, this one right here. Then you're going to see the store over here. It's going to give you their feedback, and then it's going to give you an option to send them a message. So if you're wondering about that, if you're not entirely sure if all of the suppliers do that, just go ahead and send them a message and they'll let you know exactly what their process is. And maybe you might even be able to ask them if they can just completely exclude that. Now, when it comes to dropshipping on AliExpress and dropshipping through some of the different locations or some of the different regions, this is also something that you're gonna have to do based on where you're gonna be dropshipping to. So let's say right now, I wanna dropship a few products to the UK or to Canada. All you need to do is simply jump onto the AliExpress website, go up here, and then just change the ship to whatever region you want to go ahead and drop ship to. So in this case, let's look for Canada, A. The language is going to stay as English, and the currency in this case is going to switch over to the CAD, or the Canadian dollar. Click on save. And now, unfortunately, this product can't be shipped to Canada. But if we look up something else, so let's go back and look for wall clock, we can see that all of these different products can be shipped to Canada, and all of our prices have also changed to the Canadian dollar. Now, finally, down to the part where we're actually going to start using AliExpress as our supplier. So how can you get started dropshipping from AliExpress? So the first thing that you need to do is you're going to need to figure out where you want to set up your shop. Now, for this, you're going to have a few options. You're going to have Shopify, Etsy, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Wix, WooCommerce, or a lot of other e-commerce marketplaces. But if you're really serious about your dropshipping business and you want to be able to scale at an exponential rate, and really just save time on mundane tasks that really you shouldn't be spending too much time on, like let's say importing your products or simply just fulfilling orders. You know, these tasks are okay if you're doing one or two of them, but if you start to get serious about it and you start to do maybe 5, 10, 20 orders a day, or import 5, 10, 20 products a day, these tasks are going to end up taking you a long time. Something that could take you 5 to 10 minutes if you do just a couple can really end up taking you maybe 5 or 6 hours if you're doing multiples. So one of the easiest things that you can do is sign up for an automation service. This is going to be one of the more helpful things that are really going to help you scale your business. Now, through AutoDS, you're actually able to go ahead and connect your AliExpress account to your seller marketplace, whether that be Shopify, Etsy, Amazon, wherever. So that way everything can be streamlined and automated for you. Now, in order to do that, it's really easy. All you need to do is sign up to AutoDS, become a member of the AutoDS family, which, by the way, if you're not a member just yet, you can get started right now for just $1 for the next 2 weeks. Now, once you have everything signed up, then this is what you're going to see. You're going to have the marketplace with a lot of different products that you can actually drop ship. But right now what we're looking for is to be able to actually use AliExpress as our supplier. So once you're signed up to AutoDS, you have your store connected. What you're going to have to do next is actually import your products. Now, when you import your products, this is insanely easy. All you have to do is go ahead up here, click on add products, and you can either import one or multiples. So let's go ahead and add multiples, and let's do this. Let's just do these 2 wall clocks. Let's say this is one of the ones I want to get. I'm going to go ahead and simply take that link, cut it, paste it here. Next up, for the second one, do the same thing, press enter, and add both of them as a draft. Now, once I go ahead and do that, I could simply just click on the draft section. And this is where I'm going to see all of the different products that I've imported to my draft section, where I can make any necessary edits. So the others are finalizing the update right now, but let's go ahead and check this one out really fast. Now on here, you can go ahead and edit everything you need straight from the AutoDS dashboard or the AutoDS screen. So you can change your title, you can go ahead and add it to any categories, you can change any tags, you can change the shipping method if you choose to, or best of all, you can even optimize your title with AI. So you can generate a title based on a few different settings, like you can make it sound professional, sellable, funny, or optimize it for social networks like Instagram or TikTok. And you can simply just click on AI Write and it'll generate the entire title for you. Now, the cool thing is that you can also do it for the description as well. Now, speaking of description, you can edit the description yourself too. And if you go under variations, this is where you're going to have all of the different variations for the product that you just imported. Now, if I was doing this manually, importing all these different variations, it's going to take a long time because this is just one product with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 variations. Now, let me show you my favorite thing about this particular screen. If you go ahead and click on edit, you have a pricing calculator essentially. So based on your platform, it's going to automatically apply the fees, which you can change. You can switch this over to, let's say, 5% fees, and then you can set your profit. So I want to make 80% profit. So here you can see that my total profit is actually $20.52. My buy price is $25.28. But wait, that doesn't make sense. That adds up to $45.80. Why? Oh, that's because the fees are already being taken out. So this right here, this total profit, that's exactly how much you're going to get paid after the sale and after this is taken into consideration for the fees. Now the sell price is going to be $48.21, and again, it's already going to be including your fees, so you don't even have to worry about that. But besides that, you also have the images where you can go ahead and edit, add, or delete any images, and that's about it on this screen. Now, another thing that you're able to automate is, like I mentioned earlier, your order fulfillment. So when somebody places an order in your store, you're going to see all of the different orders under your order screen. Now on here, you're going to see the status, you're going to see all of the information for your customer, your shipping, your supplier, and where you sold it. Here you can also see the status of the orders themselves. So most of the times it's going to start off as ordered, then it's going to go to shipped and delivered. Now this can be updated manually, or you can set it to be updated automatically as well. All right, so the last thing that I'm going to share with you that can really help you out in your dropshipping journey with AliExpress is going to be a few different extensions that you can use for Google Chrome. Now the first one is going to be the AliExpress invoice generator. Remember, all of the different links to all of these extensions and everything that I talked about, it's all going to be in the cheat sheet. So make sure you request that. Now the AliChrome free invoice generator is simply just that. It actually generates invoices for you in PDF format that you can use for whatever reason, whether it's to give to your customers, give to your selling marketplace. Let's say maybe, I don't know, Amazon or Shopify are asking for proof or something like that, or to simply send it to customs. Maybe something is stuck in customs and it needs an invoice to be cleared so that way it can get sent out. Now the next one is AliSave. AliSave is really good because it helps you save different images and videos directly from AliExpress. Now, this is an app or extension that's going to go ahead and pop up every time that you're on the AliExpress website and you look at different listings. It's going to prompt you whether or not you want to go ahead and download or save the different pictures or the videos, so that way you can use them in your own marketing. Now, the next one is AliExpress search by image, and this one is insanely helpful. Let's say you're on Amazon and you find a particular product and you think, I can actually sell this myself. This is something that I can sell, but it's too expensive for me to source it from Amazon. What do I do? Well, in this case, what you're going to do is you're going to use the AliExpress search by image. So all you're going to do is simply right click and then go to search AliExpress by image. And then you're going to get, in this case, I kind of got the entire screenshot, but I was going for the little gerbil. But then you're going to get shown or prompted all of the different related images or products from AliExpress. Again, I did the wrong image here. It kind of picked everything up, but you get the idea. It's kind of like search images by Google, but for AliExpress specifically. Up Assistant is up next. And what this does is it helps you get more specific reviews from your suppliers. So it'll give you a bit more in-depth information on how your suppliers or how your potential suppliers are interacting with customers and a bit of extra information. Now, unfortunately, it does look like they might soon be taken down if they don't change a few things, but as of right now, as the time of this recording, it's still available, so it'll be in the cheat sheet for you. And last but not least, you have AliExpress parcels. So what this does is it's simply going to help you track orders a bit more efficiently. It's more of an order tracking system that can really help you get information on the fly for your customers or for your records. So that's pretty much everything that you need to know on how you can get started dropshipping with AliExpress. What did you think of today's video? Let me know down in the comments below. Remember, if you want access to the cheat sheet, just go ahead and drop a comment with the hashtag AliExpress dropshipping and let me know what your takeaway was from this video. Huge thank you to everyone for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end. By the way, quick bonus, if you want to read up a little bit more on this, there's actually going to be a relevant article in the description. So make sure to check that out as well. Huge thank you to everyone for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end. As always, it truly means a lot to me. Please make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that little bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos. My name is Mario with AutoDS. I'll catch y'all next time.